November is National Adoption Awareness Month, and Loving Hearts Adoption Services is teaming up with Lifetime Healing Foundation to provide support for adoptive parents and birth parents. And joining us now with more is Alexandra Hoops from Loving Hearts Adoption Services and Ashley Mitchell from Lifetime Healing Foundation. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're happy to have you and to bring awareness on something that is so important that literally can change lives on both sides of the coin here. Let's talk about this, Alex, about National Adoption Awareness Month and why it's so important to get the word out about this service.
Yeah, so, all members of the adoption triad, adoptive parents, birth parents, adoptees, everyone needs support both before and after placement. And National Adoption Month is the perfect time for us to raise awareness and talk about that support that's needed.
Right, and that's where Healing Hearts comes into play, because a lot of times this can be very emotionally charged because we're talking about a little life here. And on the birth side, the birth parents, they're attached biologically to this child. And then you have the parents on the adoptive side who also get extremely attached, and so lots and lots of emotions. How do you help support the two, Ashley?
Yeah, so when women come to the table and find themselves in this unplanned pregnancy and are looking for options, it's so important that we bring adoption to the table to understand, especially with openness happening now, that we can really sit with these women and allow them to be proactive and educated in their choices, to have long-term relationships, to know their children and the families they're going to, but also offer all of the long-term healing that comes with being separated from your children.
Yeah, I can imagine it's probably a lot to deal with, but at the same time, probably a rewarding experience for the adoptive parents. And in some way, I would imagine that even the birth parent may feel a sense of doing the right thing if they feel like it'll be a better situation. I mean, who knows what the situation could be. Alexandra, can you talk to us about the joy that you see people getting when they become a part of an adoption situation?
Yeah, so, we get to see that first moment, when an adoptive parent meets that child for the very first time, and just the joy in their eyes and their face. It's really just such a special moment, and I feel privileged and honored to be able to witness that the first time someone meets their child.
Yeah, and what helps make it a smooth transition, if you will?
Yeah, so we want to make sure everyone is educated, and again, that's on all sides. That includes our adoptive parents and our birth parents. We don't want any surprises. We don't want anyone being, shocked about anything. We want everyone to know exactly what's coming and what to expect. So a lot of that comes with just honesty, clear communication, and education. Right.
And Ashley, to that point, what do you think the education factor, how does that help the birth parents and the adoptive parents when they go in with eyes wide open, if you will?
Yeah, I think to be able to have a realistic perspective about what this is going to look like when they're willing to talk about the grief and loss of the mothers, but also the women being able to be proactive in choosing the family and getting to know them and understanding where their child's going to go and what that day-to-day life is going to look like. As long as those resources are available to them, I think we see so much more success long-term. It's hard to know how you're going to feel when you deliver and you're holding your baby for the first time, but the more we're educated in this process and able to know the families and have a social worker that's with us every step of the way to help us process, it shows that they care about us and are giving dignity back to the mothers and not just caring about the baby.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the fact that you guys are partnering together to kind of make this a one-stop shop, if you will, to kind of touch all of the bases. And so it's a really good time to get this information out. As we said, it's Adoption Awareness Month. So thank you to Loving Hearts Adoption Services and also Lifetime Healing Foundation for joining us and giving us this important information. And if you would like to reach out to them, you can do so and learn more about how you could possibly make this a smooth transition for you and your family if adoption is in your future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it.